When you've had to live with the worst manifestation of corruption, say the food in the house was always not enough. You had to share little bits with everyone, and you often went to bed feeling like you could have something more to eat because the food was not enough. But in spite of that, you could see other families of the politicians, of those in power, living very well off, a very affluent lifestyle. And you could already tell that it was because of their parents' actions as politicians, the corruption that they practiced were partly responsible for the hardship you were living in, you were having to deal with. So when you grow up in that situation, you develop a very strong resentment for that. But I also kind of, I struggled when I use the word resentment or hate. Those are very strong emotions. But I have to be honest. That's how I feel. I feel that no child should go to bed hungry. Again, when I look back to my parents, even though we didn't have enough, they always valued sharing with the rest of the community. So even as we struggled to distribute the little food that we had so that we all managed to have a little bit, they still found a bit of that to share with the neighbors. I say, as an individual, you cannot have a good time as a small family. The happiness has to be shared with the people around you. Unless the people around you are happy, you alone, happiness has no meaning. You cannot have a party in your house with just your wife and your two sons, or your daughter and your son and yourself. That's not a party. You are not going to enjoy it. You need to have your neighbors come to your house, have a good laugh, share food, share some drinks, and talk about the situation of your family and how you all live together in that community. So as an individual, I struggle to see how you can enjoy life, the good things of life as an individual. Unless you do that, unless you have more happy people around you, I don't think you can be truly happy. At first, I was very excited about meeting her. But the moment they ushered me into her office, and I walked in there, and she's sitting with the flags behind her, then the reality struck. This was power on the other side of the table, and here I was, very vulnerable, and in maybe a position of weakness. But then, when she opened the conversation, and she started by trying to justify corruption, and she started by trying to explain and justify her approach to development, starting off with things that I were totally opposed to, kind of just made me to kind of become very energized, because for me that triggered that desire to say, hang on, you got it all wrong. This is not the way the country should be going. And I think at that moment I totally, didn't remember she was the president. I was talking to just another ordinary Liberian across the table, and that made a big difference for me. I sincerely hope that they will develop an appreciation of modest living. And by that I mean you don't need all of these things that the corporations are throwing at us in order to be happy. If you live a very modest life, there's enough for your family to eat, your children are able to go to good schools, you are able to have good health services when you are ill, and you are not going out there to buy everything. Literally stocking your house with anything that's on sale out there. If I can be able to leave them with that value, that modesty is really important and is very important for our planet, I will die a very happy man.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.